I am Ashley Gehrig, Lead Curriculum Development Director at the RCA. We would like to share recent research regarding an emerging career opportunity. Most job seekers are searching for rewarding careers with upward mobility. To advance your career, RCA interviewed the senior leadership of the top regulator in the United States, the National Futures Association, which oversees the commodities, futures, and forex markets, comprising the largest global financial market. RCA is proud to introduce the speakers for this briefing. Thomas Sexton, CEO of the National Futures Association, Regina Thole, Senior Vice President of Compliance of the National Futures Association, Patricia Cushing, Director of Audit Management and Education for the National Futures Association, and Dr. Walter Zabrowski, Chairman of the Regulatory Compliance Association and Managing Principal for De Morgan Capital Group. Before we hear from Mr. Sexton, Ms. Thole, Ms. Cushing, and Dr. Zabrowski, we would like to share with you the current compensation levels for compliance officers. As you can see from the compensation levels graphic for compliance officers, few career paths can match the opportunity that exists, coupled with incredibly generous compensation levels. To enhance your understanding of the rewarding and upward mobility of careers in compliance, let's listen to Mr. Sexton, CEO, Ms. Thole, Senior Vice President of Compliance, and Ms. Cushing, Director of Audit Management and Education of the National Futures Association, the top regulator in the United States.
How can a job seeker or student move beyond you need compliance experience to get a compliance job? What advice would you share there?
I was someone that had no compliance experience before I got a job in compliance, and I think
so.
That
it's possible. You can actually get a
possible.
job in compliance without having any compliance experience, and that's coming directly from the CEO of the National Futures Association.
Exactly.
I'm sorry,
right,
Tom. I couldn't stop myself. The irony is just beyond me.
It is extremely possible, and so I think what you need to do are many of the things that we talked about today, and attend the industry events and network and get some of the certificates that have specialized knowledge attached to them or advanced degrees in this area, and I think all those things will help you position yourself to get a job in compliance when your first initial job in compliance, and it's possible, and we think that it's critical that we have new views expressed by new entrants in this field each year.
I would wholeheartedly agree with that. A fresh view is always a very important one.
Yes.
Provided it's an informed one. Patty, perhaps you would share your ideas.
I think any job in the financial services industry will prepare you for a job in compliance too. So, don't be afraid to shy away from, don't shy away from things like an entry-level position in operations or treasury or trading or client services. If there's not a role in compliance available at a firm right now, it's something that you can be in these other areas and learn a lot about the industry in them and how operations works at that firm, and interact with learn how compliance interacts with that area that you're in. So, and build your contacts in the compliance department that way. So you don't always have to enter the financial services industry from compliance. If you have an interest in compliance, you can certainly transition there as well.
So get your foot in any door. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about which door it is.
Exactly.
Regina, perhaps you'd give us some thoughts.
Well, I think what, Patty said, the entry level, I think that many times we'll have people interview and they don't want the entry level spot. They're, afraid that's below them. But I think the opportunity to start at the ground sometimes is one of the best ways, because you learn the different aspects of how a company functions, how the compliance area functions. I know here in particular, it's been a great stepping stone for people to more senior roles. So I think you have to take a step back and say maybe you have to start at the ground this time. And, if you have good work experience and you have a solid ethical background, you're most likely in the compliance area going to move up quickly to a bigger role in a short period. Take the skill sets we've been talking about, the professional skepticism, being inquisitive. I think those are all important roles for a compliance person, and it will help serve you well if those are the types of skills that you exhibit and further develop.
We trust you found the foregoing briefing informative. As you can see from the compensation levels graphic for compliance officers, few career paths can match the opportunity that exists, coupled with incredibly generous salary levels. For more information on how to advance your career in compliance, contact a curriculum advisor today by visiting www.rcaonline.org/careersincompliance. Again, to contact a curriculum advisor, visit www.rcaonline.org/careersincompliance.